guys, how you doing? And this is Manga section. We're here today to bring you the review for LOH Manga Chapter 7. I think I'm on 7. Either way, it will be correctly labeled in the title of the video. So let's get into it. So the first scene is the scene where Serrain wakes up, and obviously within this scene, Serrain wakes up. But what else happens within this scene is that they're just preparing for the trip ahead. And I've mentioned, jotted down some things I wanted to mention. So like I said previously, it's going to take some time if I learn all the names of the six majors. But we've got Melody, she's one of the six majors. And unlike the majority of people who've been introduced to who either fear, just detest, want to kill, or whatever, just showing negative vibes towards some Satoshi, Melody is a little bit different than that. She knows about all the rumors, or well, I don't know if it's rumors, but she knows all about the stuff that's said about Satoshi. But because of what she sees in real life, because she sees that he cares for Serrain, because just everything that she's seen from him, she's conflicted about how she exactly feels for him. But on the other hand, we have another member of the six majors, the one that talks to Kushong, sorry, I've been saying the name wrong all this time. Kushong, through the chapter, we know that she's in the negative vibe. She even outright tells Kushong, like, if you go on this journey with him, you guys are gonna end up dead, so you need to kill him. So she persuaded Kushong to kill Satoshi while they're on this journey. One more thing I want to mention about this scene that I found quite a bit funny is that they censored when Satoshi put his middle finger up. And now I find this funny for two reasons. The first reason is because on the back of the book it says 16 plus. It says 16 plus in meaning that this book is for people 16 plus. And so censoring the middle finger especially is like not a necessary thing to do. And also because we've had something that I probably consider more like more more worthy of censorship than middle finger, and that's in the earlier chapters when we have him breaking that guy's arm and there was the blood. I think that should be something more of being censored rather than the middle finger. So that's that scene. So they're on their way now. They're taking a wagon ride to this city where Kushong's grandfather is, obviously to send Serrain home. And it's during this time they have a conversation. We learn more about Kushlong. We learn about the city that he's from is dedicated to mages, and we find out that he has come to the city that we are presently in because he wants to further his magical knowledge. Now, I did find that quite a bit backwards where if that's the case, then the city that we're in now should have been the one like dedicated to magic and all that. But that might be just me. We also learn about his siblings. I can't remember exactly how many siblings and that he has. We do learn about it during this question. But as he's talking, he flips the question to Serrain, and Serrain dodges the question. She doesn't answer that. Or we do learn that she has no siblings. But when she goes on to talk about it more, she's like, actually, I don't want to talk about this no more. And she flips the question to Satoshi, where we learn about his siblings. We learn that he has an older brother. We learn that he has a twin, but they are presently now dead. And that got me kind of wondering, just got me wondering about them really. Does their death have to do with the whole thing with why he is hated, kind of vibe? So after that, and this threw me off as well, there was a little argument between Kushong and Satoshi, and because Kushong mentions the whole black cave thing, the wagon driver kicks him off the wagon. And now, why this threw me off is because it just made me think: why are they taking public transport? I don't know. Does America have public transport? I don't even know. But basically, what I'm saying is, why are they taking? Why basically what I'm saying here is the why isn't the why isn't the trip to take Serrain to the city where she's supposed to be able to get transported back to her world, not escorted by like the king's men or just somebody sent on the king's orders kind of thing. So they would have to take them all the way regardless of how they feel about the about Satoshi. And I know America has public transport. I just don't know if they refer to it as public transport like in England does. But moving on, so they get kicked off the wagon now, and they are walking, and it's during this time where they get to talking again, and we find out that Serrain's healing magic doesn't seem to work on Satoshi. It seems to do the opposite effect, and Kushong is aware of this. So Kushong, I know I've said he's the true hero. I was just joking about it, but now he's starting to display a bit of a darker side. As the scene goes on, we learn that nightmares are evil spirits that are forced their way into physical existence. I'm not going to pretend like it makes sense, but like I reckon there's more to them than that. We also learn during the scene that Satoshi isn't a trained swordsman. In the midst of battle, Kushong decides, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to kill Satoshi, and he attempts to push him into, I don't know if it's a sea, I don't know if it's ocean, but it's regardless of some sort of water. And yeah, he takes this opportunity to do that, and he pushes him, and Serrain goes in to save him. Basically, what ends up happening here is that they all fall into the sea or just blanket of water, whatever it is, and along comes a hero, or not a hero, a stranger, I should say, and he saves them all. He was just happened to be bypassing, and he saves them all. And just before we get the end of the chapter, he's like, "Don't worry, Serrain." Not addressing her by name or anything, but he's like, "Don't worry, your friends are fine." And then she blacks out, and then she wakes up, and now, so the chapter is trying to tell us, chapter's trying to make us think that okay, Serrain has woken up and she's back in the real world now, or old world, whichever one you want to call it. But I don't think this is the case. I don't know what this is exactly. I don't think that Serrain blacked out and she's dreaming, because early on in the chapter and previously it's been stated that every night when Serrain goes to sleep she has the same dream. So I don't think she's asleep by normal means, bar minimum. I also don't think that this stranger is the person who is causing whatever's going on with Serrain right now. If anything, if it's not the stranger, it would have to be Kushong, who's put a spell on her to make her think she's back. And the reason why they've done this is so there's not really much hassle with her when transporting her to the city to take her back. Because we also know, as she states within the chapter, that she doesn't even want to really go back home. So maybe they did this to help speed things along. Maybe not. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking right now. So as usual, I'm just cruising along with this series. No major complaints about it, so it gets an average of a 3-star rating. I'll call it a review. Like always, guys, must be for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day. The fact that Satoshi is not trained with a sword, even outright states he doesn't know how to use a sword, kind of throws me off, and not as much as other things. It just makes me wonder, why exactly does nobody like you? Why does everybody fear you? And just stuff along this nature. What did he do to be chained up? Because I know he was chained. He's got restraints. He's got shackles, whatever you want to call it, on his hands. So I know for a period of time he was in prison. So it's making me think, what did you do to be imprisoned? And yeah, what did you do? And are you a fighter at all? Because we've seen him struggle against nightmares. That just made me think he's weak, and he doesn't know how to use a sword. So I'm just made those things just threw me off a little bit, and just made me think, what? And I'm wondering, what exactly did you do?